All right, YouTube, what's going on? And welcome back to the channel for another Pokemon card collecting video. Today we have 20 cards under $20 that are going to look awesome in your collection. These are all from the Sword and Shield era. So we're jumping back in time a little bit here today, leaving Scarlet and Violet on the shelf for the minute, but we are talking about everything Sword and Shield. If you guys want a Scarlet and Violet version of this video as well, make sure you let me know down in the comments. And if we can reach 500 likes in 24 hours, I will give something special away to one of you guys in the comments. But you have to be subscribed as well. Now, we're going to jump into this list of 20 cards here, but I want to tell you guys quickly about today's sponsor, and that is Sleeved. Yes, that's right. We are working with Sleeved again. Now, if you haven't heard about Sleeved, they are a Discord community dedicated to bringing you in real-time notifications for restocks in a bunch of different stores around the world. So it doesn't matter if it restocks at Walmart, at Target, wherever stores get restocked around you, they have in real-time notification alerts for you guys to be able to pick that up as well if you guys are looking for brand new product. Now, they are working on a brand new website as well, which is really cool, and they've shown me some sneak peeks, and I'm really excited to see what they have in the future. But if you want access to the Discord down below, it is absolutely free. So make sure you guys check the links in the description because that's where you'll be able to join Sleep from here. But with that said, thank you to Sleep for sponsoring today's video, and we're going to get into our 20 cards now. All right, jumping into card number one, it is the Pikachu from Crown Zenith. Now, this is the Galarian Gallery Pikachu. I love this card. I think it is one of the best looking cards that we have. And considering I wasn't a big fan of the yellow borders on these full art cards, this one being Pikachu, it kind of works because Pikachu is obviously yellow. I think the art is really cool. There's some cool Pokemon in the background as well. And this one is sitting right under the $20 mark at $17.38. This one has gone up and down over the past year, but I think it's at a pretty steady point right now where I think if you pick it up for $17, it's one of those cards that I believe is only going to go up in value in the future. But again, that's not really the point of this video. This point of this video is some really cool artworks that you guys can add to your collection for a fraction of the price. Now, we're going to move pretty quickly here through these cards because there are 21 to cover. I actually, guys, give you a bonus one at the end. But the next one is the Zeraora V-Star, again, from Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. This one is $14.56, and I love the design on this card. I think the blue and the yellow and the purples, they all just work so well together. And I don't know what it is, but it's something about the like white and gold border that the V-Star cards had in Crown Zenith that I absolutely love. It's similar to like the Mewtwo card or the Darkrai card. They all have such cool borders and the cards themselves look really, really cool. So this one, $14.56. It's actually up almost 90% in the last 3 months. But again, another cool one that you can add to your collection for less than 20 bucks. Next up from Silver Tempest is the Lugia V. Just because Lugia is so cool, I added him on this list. We obviously can't add the alt art in here because that is way too expensive and doesn't meet the criteria. But I think this one is a really cool one for like $6. Like you could just easily get that kind of money together and add this to your collection. And it's a really cool looking Lugia card. The way he's so aggressive popping out of the ocean, I think that just puts him in his element and it's a really nice looking card. Now we're back with another Pikachu. This is the Sleepy Pikachu from the Trainer Gallery of Lost Origin. I've got a couple of Trainer Gallery cards in this list because they are right around that $20 price point and they are gorgeous cards. As much as I do admit I'm not a huge fan of the yellow borders on these cards, some of them just work really well and they look really nice in person. So the Sleepy Pikachu is the first one at $18.45. This is actually up 200%, which is crazy. It was like a $5 card a few months ago. So big gains coming through on that one. You better pick it up now before it exceeds $20. Same thing with the Gengar. It is up 161%. This one's also from Lost Origin. Gengar, Pikachu, and Charizard are 3 of the most searched Pokemon ever in existence. So it's amazing that these cards are not worth more right now. And I think once people start to look at these cards and realize that they're actually really nice, they're going to start picking them up in bulk. So that's probably part of the reason that these cards are going up in price. Again, I think this Gengar is going to exceed $20. So if you're going to act on this one, you better do it quick. Next up is the Charizard, again, from Lost Origin. I think Lost Origin had like probably the best Trainer Gallery out of all of the sets. This one is up 108%, sitting at $13.11. But again, this is one of those ones where it's a Charizard, it's a cute card, and if you grade this, it really does come in at a pretty good price as well. So I think this is a cool pickup. All three of those training galleries are ones on my to add list. I'm going to be buying them very, very soon here. But with that said, I just really like the way that these cards look. Next up is the Zacian V from Astral Radiance, as my cat decides to attack my chair. I think this is a cool card, but something interesting that I didn't realize about this is actually up 280%, which is wild. I don't know what's caused the spike of this one, but it looks like there was just consistent sales at higher prices. There was sort of 34 to 36 sold here, which started the increase. And then since then, it's just kind of stabled out. But again, this one I didn't realize had gone up to $22. So it's probably good that I gave you a bonus 21st card at the end of this video, because this one does kind of exceed that $20 mark just by a little bit. It's $22.97. So I feel like if you go to an LCS, you could probably get this slightly cheaper at a card store or a card show, or even maybe on eBay. TCG players' prices are usually a little bit higher. Next up is the Luminion V Alt Art, and the fact that you can still pick up an Alt Art for less than $20 is ridiculous. There are a couple of them on this list. This is the first one at $15.95. Again, the design of this card, the colors, the way that it looks, I think it's a really cool card. Again, with the silver border, I think looks great. Luminion, not a super popular Pokemon, but still, like, to be able to say that you've got some alt arts when all of the alt arts seem to be going up in value and just drying up from existence, that nobody's actually selling them. This is a cool one to add onto the list for a very small price. Same thing with the Sandaconda V alt art. This one is less than $5, guys. An alt art for $5 is absolutely crazy. I think this is a cool artwork. Not that Sandaconda is a really popular Pokemon either, but I think like for $5, why not pick this up and add it to your collection? The next one on the list is Mew VMAX from Fusion Strike. No, not the stupidly expensive one. That is a whole nother story, but this one is only $6. You know, the Mew VMAX, I think, is a really cool card. Again, the pinks, the purples, the blues, they look so good on the cards. The sort of blended border looks really nice on this as well. And it's Mew. You can't go wrong with Mew. Super cute, really cheap, great one to add to the binder. Same thing with this one, Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies, $17 right now. And obviously a lot of the evolutions are going up in value because of prismatic evolutions right now. But this is a cheap way to add a cool VMAX Umbreon card to your collection as well, and not break the bank. You know, there are so many Umbreon cards out there that are super expensive. This one still looks really cool and would look awesome in a binder, and it's only $17. So it's worth picking this one up. Same thing, you're going to see a little bit of a trend for a couple of cards here, because the Sylveon VMAX, similar to the Umbreon VMAX, I could have added like all of the evolutions onto this list, because all of the basic VMAX cards from Evolving Skies are under $20 right now, but I just put three. I put Umbreon, Sylveon, and Espeon because they're three of my favorites from that VMAX in the Evolving Skies set. This one's only $10 for the Espeon. If you're picking up the Sylveon, it's only $9. So you could literally get all three of these for like $35 pretty much. You could probably even get it cheaper if you wanted to. And then the next one I put on the VMAX list is Gyarados from Evolving Skies. It's less than $5. It's a gorgeous artwork. Gyarados is such a cool Pokemon, a Gen 1 Pokemon at that. I think as much as this one might not go up in value, it's still a sick looking card. And me personally, Gyarados is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. So I think it's one for my collection as well. I'm definitely picking this up this week and putting an order in. Next up, I wanted to get something from Battle Styles, and the only one I could really find around the $20 mark that I liked is the Houndoom, the secret rare. This is the gold card. I think this looks really cool, but again, like Battle Styles just doesn't really have anything nice around that $20 mark. I think it's one of the weaker sets in the Sword and Shield era, and I'm sure a lot of people do agree with me. But in saying that, this is a cool card. I love Houndoom. It's one of my favorite Pokemon as well. And this one's $20.71. So I almost guarantee that you can find this for under $20 at a card store. Next up, the Pokekid. I think this is cute. It's from Shining Fates. And again, there wasn't really anything in Shining Fates that I liked either. But I think this is a super cute trainer card. I think the EV outfit, this is something my partner would just like absolutely love and go crazy for. So I had to put it on this list because I think there are a lot of people out there looking for cutesy collections, and I say this all the time. This is a perfect card for that sort of collection, and it's only $4.73, even though it's up 91% in the last 3 months. You could have got this for $2.50 a few months ago. So still in a good price range, but yeah, obviously much cheaper. The next one I put in here as kind of a meme because what is this? Ball guy full art. This is the stuff of nightmares. Like this is just straight up nightmare fuel. I put it on here as a bit of a laugh because you imagine selling your collection in like 10 years time and people are flipping through looking at all these cool artworks that we're talking about. And then they just land on this card and they just think, is this even a real card? Because that's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I'd never seen this card before. What is going on with this? I just don't understand that. It's so funny to me. And I think that would be a really funny joke if someone ever bought your collection. So we're going to put it in here because it's only $2.68. And for that, I can afford to have a little laugh, which is great. From Vivid Voltage, we got the Chunky Chew, the fat Pikachu, not the rainbow one that's fairly expensive, but the cheap one, which is $5.83. I actually pulled this out of a Vivid Voltage ETB that I bought not long ago. So I have this in my collection, which is cool. And again, it's Pikachu. Pikachu tends to always go up in value, even if it is just a little bit. This one's already up 64% in the last 3 months, but it's only $5.83. So why not pick it up? Second last one on the list is the Rainbow Gardevoir VMAX from Champions Path. This one is $13.76. Gardevoir is a fan favorite. There's a lot of cool Gardevoir cards out there right now. And I think there's going to be kind of a ripple effect that as those other Gardevoir cards raise in value, this one is going to raise as well. But in saying that, it's not the nicest Gardevoir out there, but if you do want one that is really nice, it is going to be expensive. So for $13, I think this one is probably worth picking up. And I'm not a huge fan of the rainbow rares, but you can definitely get around them if you have a bunch of them in a binder together. It does look really cool. Speaking of rainbow rares, the last card on the list is the Scizor VMAX from Darkness Ablaze. Me personally, I can't go past Scizor. I love him. One of my favorite Pokemon cards, or one of my favorite Pokemon. And I just think it's a really cool looking card. I did see the regular version of this when I was looking for cards for this video as well from Darkness Ablaze. It's basically the same thing, just not in rainbow. But I thought just to bounce off the Gardevoir, we'd finish with the Scizor and the rainbow as well. But if you wanted the regular version of this, it still looks really cool too. And that one's even cheaper than this one. So this one's $8.58. I think the other one was around the $4 or $5 mark. So still something that you can get that's really cool out of Darkness Ablaze, and it's not going to break the bank. So with that said, this was 20 cards under $20 from the Sword and Shield era. I'm really excited to do one on the Scarlet and Violet era and potentially even the Sun and Moon era if you guys want me to go back that far. But these cards just looked awesome. I think there's going to be even better cards from Scarlet and Violet, so I'm really excited to make that. But again, thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel here. I will see you guys very soon with another video, and I will catch you guys next time.